What's happening, everybody? Most of the time, like, even though I be boring, I do stay. I stay. I've been a man that I always mostly stay to myself. Yeah, I mostly stay to myself because most of the people ain't ready for knowledge, the right type of knowledge. They ain't. They really not ready. We ain't. We not all on the same page. I don't care if it's your own parents or whatever, your whoever. It doesn't mean you hate them or nothing like that. You don't hate them. You don't do that. We still have a natural care for them, a natural love. But sometimes, it's just be certain situations, certain things you can't talk to them about. And, you know, I guess it's normal, but in a way, yeah, it's normal. Especially when you ain't doing what Esau do in his kingdom. You know what I mean? When you're not doing what Esau do. Some of you may be saying, who in the hell is Esau? In Genesis 25, the Bible describes Esau, the biblical history describes Esau as the so-called white man, you know, and you know what I'm saying. So that's his biblical nationality because he had been known for going all over the world, their people, and just, you know what I mean, oppressing people, our people, you know, and that's what they're known for. But you really, like I said, I really, you can't really get along with your own people. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. Yeah, you can't. You know, it's just it is what it is. Yeah, you can't. It, it, our people in general, we living under the curse, and it's just so much, man. I have a lot of, I'm not making it bigger than what it is. I have dreams, goals, and plans, and I want to fulfill it. I just feel like I just been in jail or prison all my life. You know what I mean? I come from a single parent household. You know what I'm saying? Your family members is in jail. You can't really talk. You feel divided from them because the Esau, they keep our people in prison houses and all that kind of stuff. You got that to deal with. Then you got to be dealing with struggling in your hood. You know what I'm saying? You got all of the black people, all of us as people of color living in the same neighborhood, and you don't see the other nations of people in your mixed in your neighborhood, but they want to sit up there and claim we all equal and this and that and the third. Then you got a lot of our people want to sit up there and worship the Esau because Esau, the white man, bought them all kinds of water, bought them all kinds of food and stuff like that. And my family, I mean, look, man, I don't have no problem with telling people thank you. That's not the issue with me. I appreciate when somebody do something good, but a lot of time I guess I don't show it and I fall weak and I pray because I'm so stuck. Should I say everybody that do good for you doesn't mean that they actually with you. You got enemies that do the same thing. So why would you be impressed by a so-called white man going and buying you water and buying you this and that and the third? Why would you be so impressed when you see those people do good? Our people seem to be deceived by that. You see what I'm saying? And you can't really tell them that because they don't want to take the time to do the math on it. It's just like telling them, okay, two plus two is two plus two is two, and they say they just don't want to have nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Let me give you an example about uh, uh Esau doing good, but he still, no matter what he do, I don't care if they buy me something like a Lamborghini. He's still Esau. That's not going to change Like, what are you proving? Okay, um, the white man, so-called white man, Esau, bought me a Lamborghini. Okay, what's your point? Is that supposed to take away or change the truth? Why would you think? What make you think that would change the truth of what the Most High God said that they are? Once you are born a certain way, you just that way. You know what I mean? If you are born not to be the chosen people, then no matter how much good you do, that's not going to exclude the fact that that's what your nation of people are. It's just like me. No matter how I rub and scrub my skin and try to bleach it and make it as white as white can be, I'm still gonna be Clarence Ray in spite of me trying to change my looks. I can cut all my hair off. I may not have the afro, I may not have none of this hairpin, but guess what? At the end of the day, I'm still the person who the Most High said I am. And a lot of our people have a problem with that. Now, let's look at this here. It says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they call his name Esau. Esau is red and hairy all over. He's a hairy. He's clearly, when you look at him, his pigmentation, he's a red man. He's not a white man. That's his biblical nationality. When people say Esau, he's not, his real name is Esau. But when people say a white man, they're not white. The Bible says they're red. Um, Now let's keep going on. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. He was a cunning man. He was a con man. They'll try to come with all them games and say, "Oh, we bought you some ice, and we bought you this, we bought you that, we bought you oh, nice time. Okay. We got some food out there. Care for that." And then you hear your family in the background saying, "Oh, they so nice, baby, and sweet. You better just, you know what I mean?" I mean, like I said, I don't have a problem with telling people thank you. But what we have to recognize is that you can't change the nature of God. You can't change nothing. It's not going. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's go to the book of Amos. Amos chapter 1. Let's look at it right. Amos chapter 1 and verse 11. Thus said the Lord. See that? It's not going to change this, thus said the Lord. I don't give a damn what they do for it. I don't care what they do for you. I don't care if they buy your lamb again. I don't care if they make you a billionaire. They still Esau. It's not going to change the bloodline of them. I don't know why people think like that. What make y'all think that all of a sudden good they doing good and all the other stuff? Okay, that's just gonna automatically take away their DNA. That's not gonna change the DNA of who Esau is. They still who they are according to God. You know, look what it says. Amos chapter 1 and 11. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, Edom is Esau, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword and did cast off pity. Don't they kill our people in the streets? Don't they have they shot our good people down with the gun like they did Alton Stool and all those different people? Absolutely. And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. The Bible says he kept his wrath. Esau was born like that. Let's go to Romans now. Romans chapter 9 and verse I think it's where is it? Okay, here we go. Romans 9 had Romans 9 and 21 had not the pot of power over the clay, the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor. See that? Esau would be the vessel of this dishonor. Jacob would be the vessel for honor. Esau is the vessel of dishonor. So that's why God is saying right here in Amos chapter 1 and 11, thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. All right, let's look at Genesis chapter 20, I believe it's Genesis, hold on. Genesis chapter 27 and verse 41. The Bible says, and Esau hated Jacob. Jacob was the black and the brown people. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. Why you think the so-called white man is killing our people in the streets? You see what I'm saying? Let's go to Genesis. I didn't think I was going. I'm gonna have to cut it off and promise myself not to. All right, let's look at Genesis chapter 4 and verse um, 1. All right, let's read verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of the sheep, and Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firsting of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and unto his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? And if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted. And if thou does not well, sin lies at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Cain is Esau is the descendant of Cain. They all the same people. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother. Now see, Cain talked with Abel, his brother. See, Esau broke his birthright when he went against the Most High God, and so that's how he got this kingdom. You know what I mean? Through bloodshed. That's how the so-called white man got this land, through bloodshed and war. You see what I'm saying? And it said, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother. See, a lot of us got to stop talking to these people these officers, so-called Esau, because I said, there you go, talking to the white. We think a lot of our people actually think these people care. And it said, and Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. See, you sit there and talk to the very same people, and then people will take a gun and shoot you down dead. We got to be careful with that, man. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not, I am my brother's keeper. That's how much hate that those other nations have for us. And don't think they not like that. Don't think that they're not like that. Now, let me read something to y'all from, let's read, I didn't think I was going to be reading these many scriptures. I started off with one. Let's go to Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. There we go. Ezekiel 5 and verse 5. It says, because thou hast a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and in the time of their calamity, and in the time that their iniquity has an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, and thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. See, Cain was Esau. That's why they say Cain, descendants of Esau. Cain did not learn. The so-called white man don't hate blood, because if he hated blood, he would be killing the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Natives of America. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna read one more script and then I'm gonna cut it off. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 10 to add to that, because y'all need to know this here. Ecclesiastes chapter, I think I'm saying it right. Ecclesiastes chapter, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Ecclesiastes chapter 12. My bad. I said 10, but it's 12. Here we go. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, coming from this, the Apocrypha. Let's see. Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. So set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him set at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is biting with a serpent, or of such as cometh nigh wild beasts? So one that goes to a sinner and is defiled with him and his sins, who will pity for a who will pity for a while, and he will abode with thee. But if thou begin to fail, he will not tarry. An enemy, verse 16 of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he is imagining how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find an opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If they say if he get an opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Now, if you go back to Genesis, Genesis chapter 4, it says, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth, and why thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lies at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother. See, they sitting there, you can't be sitting there talking with the enemy. If you're sitting there talking to the enemy, you're going to get, it's best to don't even be wasting time talking to him. This is actually what the Bible is saying. Don't be sitting up there talking with the enemy. What I just read, Ecclesiastes 12 and 10, it says, never trust thy enemy. So as iron rusteth, so is his wicked. That means no matter how sweet and how kind he is, you keep going and you be around him long enough, pretty soon you're gonna see that you're gonna be like, you're gonna see them, you're gonna see them for who they are. They wicked as hell. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass that when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. See that? And so if you read the rest of the chapter, God is questioning it. You know, that's why he said when they put their hands on they put their hands on anybody else. But when the Esau touched the Hebrew Israelites, God's chosen people, the Most High God is coming for you. It's like he's saying, if you can do whatever you want to the other nation, but if you put your hands on my people, I'm coming for you. That's how God feels about the so-called Esau, so-called white man. That's the biblical name for his name. Yeah. So you gotta do what's right, man. And the Bible says never trust your enemy. So that's the moral of the whole thing for me reading about Cain in the book of Genesis chapter 4. You go and you read that, and then you compare that to Genesis 25, 26, 27, 28. It says somewhere in there it says Esau was a A cunning hunter, a man of the field. The man of the field meaning driving the streets. All they do is drive up and down in so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans neighborhood looking for a person of color to mess with. Not only that, but even in them stores and stuff. I noticed that when I don't go try looking for trouble. There's a store right now. I don't go into it because what I do. I try to do everything I can is to avoid being in altercations or confrontations or whatever you want to call it with people because I know I'm capable. I don't want to like do that. You know what I mean? I'm not a fighter. I don't do that. You know what I mean? But if it come down to protecting yourself, that's a whole different thing. But I don't like to find myself in a position like that in any of those kind of positions. So I guess what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see y'all later. It has been a pleasure sharing this with you all. Um, I guess that's it. I ain't got nothing. I'm gonna have to get on the streets if this goes. When you ain't on the streets with it, you ain't doing shit. You know. So on that note, I'm gonna see y'all later. Hopefully y'all got something out of this here, and then that it will help y'all understand, about this stuff and what's going on. All right.